Welcome to episode 20. Don't laugh. Of the Men Lie, Women Lie, and All Flowers Die podcast. Your lovely host, Mama Les.
I smiled. I'm waiting for you to finish.
And Uncle Joe. Say something to the people.
Hi, guys. Haven't seen you in... Well, you haven't seen us.
It's been a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Since we last recorded an episode,
Sorry, guys. We've been a little inconsistent. But, you know, life has been lifing.
Yeah. That's a weak excuse, but yeah, that's
we gotta get better at it. But the past few weeks have been a little
The past few weeks have been rough for me personally. Just feeling like that. You ever felt like that?
Yeah, of course. You gotta push through though.
Yeah. I've come to realize something. An easy way to tell when I'm feeling like
How's that?
is I'm not active on social media. It becomes very unimportant. So I disconnect from it. Like I might throw a story up here and there, but I'm not really actively posting or looking at stuff. Nor am I like communicative with many people, if any people at all.
With anybody.
With anybody, probably. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Steve. He reached out the other day just to check on me. That was dope. I had reached out to him a few weeks ago when I was really like super down. And spoke to him and he hit me with a dope prayer. You know when he hits me with a prayer? Shout out to Pastor Steve, man, word. Grove Church on 43rd and Kennedy, I believe. I'm going to be there tomorrow, matter of fact. When he hits me with a prayer, you ever seen Rocky? Are you well versed in Rocky?
No.
I feel like Rocky when he goes to the pastor and the pastor says him a prayer out the window right before the fight and shit. So I'll be feeling dope after that. So shout out to Pastor Steve. He reached out to check up on me. We have some questions, right? Today's episode is about questions, but before we get to the questions, something that happened just a few minutes ago. I was on the phone with you and I jokingly said I don't fuck with you, right? And you said something like, I know, like you haven't for a while. That's fucked up. And I notice that happens a lot with people, not only with you, and not to be specifically towards you, but like oftentimes people will have or know someone that's like just kind of out of it, you know what I mean? And whether jokingly or not, they'll like make it about them, right? Like, you don't fuck with me no more. Oh, we're not cool no more. You know, instead of being like, is something all right with you? Like, Are you okay? Is something going on? Like, do we need to talk? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm sure I do it as well. So just something to think about, right? I guess.
So you're trying to say I made it about me?
Yeah, you made me feel terrible right there.
I did.
No.
Really, because when we came in, I asked you, I'm like, hey, what's going on? I just told you, right? Hey, call me, right?
Yes, you did. We had a brief conversation about reaching out to
And if
friends.
I did, I apologize.
No,
that was
I'm
not my intentions.
But it was dope because I got to make that observation. It helped.
I could pick up on your energy when you're Uncle Joe and Theo Joe. When you picked up, what did I say? Theo Joe.
Which is the bad one?
There is no bad one.
Which is the low energy one?
Theo Joe.
Theo Joe.
Yeah.
The Spanish one.
Yeah, and
Wouldn't the Spanish one be more like...
Yeah, but you know what? I've always known you as Uncle Joe, and I always saw like that upbeat. So to me, in my head, that's Uncle Joe.
Oh,
and then
so
when things started to shift a little bit, right?
Yeah,
That's the Theo Joe.
It's winter, bro. I do not do well in the winter. And I can now acknowledge that after mad fucking years on this earth, right? I'm realizing I do not do well in the winter. Even a day like today, I'm like, oh Lord, leave me be. But being here helps. So shout out to that.
Move you somewhere where it's summer all year round.
Yo, I would move to Puerto Rico tomorrow. Like if I was to hit the lotto, I think I would move to Puerto Rico and do something. Or somewhere tropical, or just travel to various tropical, warm, sunny, sandy, cocoa buttery locations. I love the smell of the beach, and when it combines with suntan lotion, fresh water and suntan lotion, that shit is fire.
I need a vacation.
I need a vacation. Shout out to Young Jeezy. He got a song called "I Need a Vacation," and that should be fitting and hitting.
Yeah, I was just talking to my mom. My mom lives in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
so I was there this morning, and my younger sister as well. And, you know, they're there in tank tops and shorts, you know, and I'm like...
Chilling. Probably going to the beach.
Yeah, like, she was planning my niece's birthday party, which is going to be like in a little water park thing. So I'm like, must be nice.
Shout out to that. How have you been? You started the show with me, and I feel like even last show it was kind of centered around my trials and tribulations. But how have you been?
I've been good. My life is boring. Boring is good.
Spice it up.
Boring? No, I like.
Spice it up.
I like. Oh, that was good. Shout out to Spice. I literally am like work, the kids, right, and the gym.
The gym.
That's it. But you know what? I like it.
Are you reading anything?
Right now,
currently?
No, I'm not.
No.
I really, honestly, I haven't had the time. I did.
Are you watching anything?
Oh, my little guilty pleasure, the little time that I have to watch.
Snap.
Love is Blind. Have you seen the new scene?
No, I've seen no Love is Blind. What is Love is Blind?
So I'm like a sucker for this, right? Because these people, they're put in these pods, right? And they date people without seeing them.
For how long?
I don't know the time frame. It's very short.
Okay.
Right? It's maybe 2-3 weeks or something like that, right?
So they're dating someone just through speaking?
Through speaking, right? So like, I'm in one pod, you're in the other, but we can hear each other, right? And they'll set up like little dates, like I'll have food and you'll have food on that side. And you just really get to ask like deep questions. You get to know these people. And then you have to decide, you know, because you're dating multiple people. Then you decide, right, to kind of stick to like 1 or 2 people. And then from there, they do propose, right?
Propose marriage?
Yeah, they propose marriage. That's the only thing that's a little crazy.
Still without having seen each other?
Correct. And then once they do, they meet, and then they go on like a honeymoon thing, right? And towards the end of the show, right, they actually go to the altar, and at that point they decide whether they want to continue being married or...
And they decide at the altar?
Yeah. Some of them have decided like before, they're like, oh, it's not going to work out, because they do live together for a short period of time as well.
Okay.
They meet each other's families, you know, they do all that.
Do they ever?
But the fact that they're able to like, you know, just connect with somebody without seeing them, and like you get like an emotional connection. You know, I'm all about that, right? So for that, I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute, you know, like. And then, you know, sometimes they meet each other and they're like, oh, like the physical attraction is not there.
That was my question.
And the whole point is, right, like, is love blind?
Is love blind?
Yeah, like.
So what do you think?
There has to be some type of physical attraction, right? I mean, and don't get me wrong, I don't think I've ever seen one where I would be like, ooh, I would never date that person, right? But I also believe that, you know, when you get to know somebody and you see a different side of them, like, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? It just makes them that much more attractive. So
the inner beauty thing.
So I don't know.
Would you ever participate in a show? In that show?
I don't know.
Have you ever? And
I've thought about it.
I'm hitting you with the rapid fire questions
God.
right now. Have you ever been in a situation like that where you've spoken to someone without seeing them?
Without ever seeing anything?
Yeah.
No.
I did that.
Did you?
Yeah, but like fucking 30 years ago.
How? Like, how did you guys meet?
I was mad young. I was like 12 years old or some shit, or 13. And my boy, I still lived in Jersey City at the time. Shout out to Jersey City, man. My boy, was it my boy Adonis? I don't know. He told me about some girl, Carmen. She lived down the block. She's super cool, some shit.
She lived down the block from you and you never saw her?
Yeah, crazy shit. We talked on the phone for mad long, probably for like 2 or 3 weeks before we saw each other. Probably every day too. Like we built a pretty cool bond, and then we met, and we ended up being cool. We never like hooked up or anything, and she was pretty and shit. I remember she had like little short hair, and we ended up being cool for a few years. I think she ended up dating one of the homies and shit. But nah, you know, it was it wasn't so. I don't know if it's even taboo or weird today. I think it's a little bit weirder today because there's so many ways to see somebody.
Right.
Back then, it was, I guess, a little more normal because there was no social media. There was no. Like,
I guess,
it was
yeah.
that could be a thing.
That could, right? Be like,
Yeah.
oh, I have a friend, and then you get to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I
Now it's just
you
like,
can't. Like you just go
yo,
on
what's
social
your
media.
gram?
Yeah, right.
oh, you blocked. Nah, damn.
But I would like to. I don't know if I'd ever be on a show, but I think I would like to get to know someone without seeing them physically. I would like that.
What if they then are not physically attractive to you?
But
and
then what?
you-
But what if they are? Right? What if?
Well, it's a 50-50 chance, right?
What if you get to know this person, you fall for them, you see, like, as long as they're vulnerable, right? Like that vulnerability's there, and then I realize, right? Like, I mean, I've dated some guys that are not so good looking, right? So
What made you date them then?
I don't know, or maybe now I
Their
think they're not
char-
so good looking, right? Because at the time I
when
liked
you're
them.
in love, you got
right,
them
right. At the time
love
I
goggles.
liked them. I don't know, they're just not what I would be typically attracted to
Now,
now. Right. So now
that changes too, I think,
Yeah.
over time. Your taste or your preferences. When I was young, I was super into skinny girls. Like, you remember when Maya first came out?
yeah.
And like Christina Aguilera, when
Yeah.
she first came out, I was like, oh, woo! And now skinny don't really, I mean, not to say it's not attractive, I think I lean more towards the thick
The thick girls.
side.
Yeah.
But skinny girls are dope too.
I think if I was a guy, I'd be into them. I mean, I like fit but like big booty girls, right? So that's why I'm trying to
But
build my booty.
Big natural booties? Or,
Yeah, no, natural,
all
natural.
all right.
Natural.
Shout out to the natural booty girls.
Natural.
Yeah.
I'm not against anybody that doesn't have a natural booty, right? Like, girl, do you?
Yeah, but
right?
don't do the exaggeration.
Listen, as long as you feel beautiful and you feel good, who cares?
Yeah.
do
Shout
it.
out to you, man. I love
Do
you.
it.
But that should be looking crazy.
Just then don't pretend that you worked hard for it.
Don't go get the caulk.
What is that?
Like you didn't hear about some lady in Newark that was giving girls shots and it was like caulk, like the stuff you put
Oh
on
my
your
God.
walls, and the people ended up getting fucked up and she ended up going to the.
Yeah, listen, if you can't afford,
jail.
this is my personal opinion, if you can't afford to get it done by like a legit doctor that's like accredited and known and stuff like that, then just go to the gym. It's gonna take you longer, but
It's gonna be worth it.
it is.
It's gonna improve your overall health.
You're
and
gonna
mood.
look and you're gonna be like, yo, that shit is mine.
And you can work on the
Mine.
other parts too.
Yeah, of course.
Either way, do whatever you want. Have fun.
Be happy.
And show it off when you get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mama
Show-
Les, don't be
listen,
developing and showing stuff off, Mama Les.
I've been saying, I'm like, yo, the closer it gets to the summer, the more I've been working on myself, the more I'm gonna show it out. If you don't like it, then unfollow me.
Damn.
That's it. It's there
All
for
right,
it's
do
there
it,
for
do it, do it.
motivation, not for hate. You know?
No. I would never hate on you.
No, I know.
But keep it classy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask.
I think I've always kept it classy. Except
No.
maybe you think that the shorts with the little thigh high boots was a problem.
Niggas love thigh high boots, myself included. But no. You know what it is? You've always kept it classy. But sometimes in life, maybe like you start changing it a little, and then you get attention that you like, so you start changing it more. You know what I'm saying? Like you start flipping it. Not saying that you would or that you have, but it's
honestly, to me,
occurred.
that type of attention makes me.
It's like icky.
It feels weird. Like I'm like.
Well, it's lusty.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
they don't want to get
I
to
don't-
know you
I,
and
yeah,
shit. They don't
I
care
don't.
what.
I don't really like that. I don't entertain that stuff.
Good. I feel like your big brother. Like, yo,
You are
keep
like
it
my
classy.
big brother.
We gonna have beef. We have questions for each other today, right? That was the goal of coming in here.
Yeah.
Was to ask some questions. That is the
Before we get to the questions
The
for each
thing of
other, I want to
episode
ask. We have a viewer question.
viewer question. Shout out to all the viewers out there, man.
So yes,
Shout out to all the people that leave comments and ask questions.
and so
And
she
be
wants
so
a
nice and
man's
loving.
perspective.
Ooh, we need to get a
and
man.
This is something that she's obviously going through, right?
All right. Yeah.
So she goes, if a guy likes you, hangs out with you, he looked for you on Facebook, you went to high school together, but never officially met until now. but he is going through a divorce and he is legally separated, but the divorce might take a while because she has to pay him and doesn't want to settle. He tells you, I would make you my girlfriend, but with, he has to pay her, and she doesn't want to settle for like what he's offering. That's what it was.
He has to pay his ex-wife, and the ex-wife doesn't want to settle.
Right, so she wants
She's still
more and
negotiating.
stuff. Yeah. So he tells you, I would make you my girlfriend, but with all this going on, I can't right now. Also because I might need a second job, but he still texts you, takes you out and shit. Is it worth hanging around?
Nah.
I agree.
Not to be so blunt and straightforward.
But no.
Because if a guy likes you, he's going to do whatever it takes to fuck with you. A 2-job, 3-job, whatever. Like, he's going to see you after work, before work. He's going to call you, text you, whatever. The divorce thing that he's going through, I understand it can be stressful and probably takes up a lot of his thought capacity throughout the day. But he's not a fucking lawyer. He's not dealing with it like 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he could... put that to the side and spend an hour with you here or there. And unless you're the type of girl that's like, if I'm your girlfriend, we got to go out to eat every day and you got to shower me with gifts or whatever, then I get it. But if you're just fucking with him because you like him and you want to fuck with him and you hope he likes you back, then he should be able to like you regardless of whatever his divorce is putting him through. And it shouldn't be a financial... I always hate when a relationship is affected by financial decisions as opposed to emotional decisions. I know in every relationship, finances are going to play a part, and you should be open and communicative about that as well. But I don't like when those decisions like trump emotional decisions. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Like, I don't think people should break up because you don't make enough money and I can't fuck with you because...
Right,
of that, you feel me?
I think that happens when they don't talk about it like early on, right? Because you both got to be like, if let's say finances is important to me, right, but it's not to the person that I'm with, and we don't talk about it, then later on I'm expecting I want this for my life, right? You know what I mean? I think, but if you're both on the same page about it, then it shouldn't.
Yeah, if a discussion is had, and as long as you're willing to, work through it or whatever the case may be, compromise or I don't know what the case may be, but if a man likes you, he's gonna fucking let it be known and do everything in his power to be with you, regardless of what he's going through, even if he's in like a fucked up place financially, emotionally, mentally. But damn, maybe the homie has a valid point. Maybe the homie is sacrificing his happiness at the moment till he can deal with whatever he's going through to be able to love you the right way.
So I know she didn't ask for my perspective, but I'm going to answer it anyway. She asked for, she wanted a male perspective, right?
So I'm trying to give both, like...
So, no, I don't think that she should hang around. If, like you said, right, if he wanted to, he would. Now, granted, I get it, right? He might be like, hey, you know what? But I want to do right by her. And that's perfectly fine. And I respect that 100%. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to sit around waiting, right? If it's meant to happen, you guys are going to cross paths again, right? Don't stop your life waiting for something to happen that may never happen.
Right. Don't hang around.
Yeah, like don't just, you know what? Hey, listen, I wish you the best. Go ahead, and we'll see where we end up. Yeah. The
maybe
worst
he'll reach out.
Yeah, or maybe, you know what? If you hang around, what might happen, right? You might, without even knowing, be the rebound.
Yeah.
Right? And then he might realize once he gets through it, you're not necessarily what he wants. And then what? You've wasted all this time. You're sitting there like a pendeja, right? No, just, hey, listen, you guys could keep in touch if you want to keep in touch as, friends. Or whatever, if you want to. That's up to, if she could handle that, right?
Yeah.
But I think, if his intentions are in the right place, then I respect that man.
But don't hang around.
Don't hang around. Yeah. Don't do it to yourself, because it may never happen.
Yeah, he should be clear in saying, and I don't know, maybe he has been clear. You know, I
Right.
can't make you my girl right now because I'm going through a lot of shit. I might have to get another job right now. Let me figure it out. Let me get right back to where I need to be. And if you're
available,
when
right.
I'm ready,
Right.
we can make it happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But until he's ready to be able to love you properly and give you what you deserve, yeah, you shouldn't hang around.
Right.
I don't even know if I would be like, it's gonna sound hypocritical, right? Because I was just saying people should check in on people they care about, right? But I don't know if I would advise her to check in, even on.
Yeah,
a
I mean, that's why
level.
I said, like,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
it depends what she's comfortable, what she's able to handle, right? Because some people could handle that. And then some people can't, depending on how emotionally invested you are.
Right. But good luck to her.
Yeah,
And good
I
luck
wish
to
you
him.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck to both of them. They
Yeah.
both deserve to find happiness and be happy,
Yeah.
whether together or apart. Shout out to them though.
Yeah. Oh.
Divorce sucks,
My little
yo.
heart.
I would hate to get divorced. You were married?
Yeah.
You've been divorced, right?
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It sucked. The end. No, I'm just kidding. It sucked because, right, you feel like you failed,
Okay.
right? But I have to say that our divorce was very clean cut. We went in that the actual judge complimented us. He was like, for such a young couple, they were like, I've never had anybody so like I didn't want anything from him. He didn't want anything from me. Right? We both made the same amount of money at the time. But I could have gotten alimony. I could have gotten, I didn't even put him on child support, right? He's a great dad. I had never had to. He does more than I would even ever ask for. So it was very like, we're cutting everything down the middle, you're taking this, you're taking that. It was so simple. And I know that's not the case, right, in every situation. But I think we just knew that we were better off apart.
Did the divorce affect your outlook on marriage?
No.
No? You're still like,
I still,
and
yeah,
loving.
I do. I mean, I'm
I
okay
admire
if
that. I admire
if
that.
I don't get married, right? I'm okay with that.
But you don't fear
But
marriage?
I'm not. No.
Okay.
No. But I think it also had to do that it was just simple. It was like a mutual agreement to not be together, right? And there was no.
There was no beef?
Yeah, no, there wasn't. I mean, and a little bit after, right? There was a little bit of turbulence, right? Like you're like, damn, did I give up too quick? Did I, so there's thoughts that ran through my mind, thoughts that ran through his mind. Then when other people were introduced, right, at first, but then we got to a point where we're like, nah, we made the right decision.
Yeah. Because there's still love there.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
So that's what makes some of the aftershocks.
Yeah.
It'd be that love like that hasn't faded yet.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So one of my questions, I have a few
scared.
questions. If you could redo any relationship, would you pick one and redo it and try to like make it work, make it right?
That's actually a similar question to one of the ones that I have.
Oh, you see,
would I
same
redo
wavelength.
a relationship?
Yeah.
No. Because it's made me. Each relationship has taught me so much about myself, and the person that I've become today, I would have never without those lessons.
And those hardships.
But now there's also a yes part, right? Because if I could go back and know what I know now, I would have valued myself more. I would have spent less time in those relationships. I wouldn't have not got into them, but I would have spent less time because I would have known my self-worth and when to walk away.
So you would have left sooner.
I would have left sooner. Yeah, I definitely stayed around a lot longer than I should have.
Yeah, I think that happens in a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
I don't think people are quick to end when the end is evident.
Yeah. But no, because I love who I am. I do.
Would you spin the block on any of your exes right now?
Right now, you asked me right now.
Right now, are they up to snuff?
The only one that I can think back, there's one. I haven't spoken to him in years and stuff, so I don't know what's going on with his life or anything. But He was always really good to me.
No?
Yeah. I
Shout
just
out to that
wasn't
brother.
at a point where I wanted something serious.
Aha.
Yeah.
Well,
What
shout
about
out
you?
to him. Hell no to all of them questions. Nah.
Okay.
The answer is no, but I wouldn't go back and redo them. But deep down, I wish I had treated women better, and that might have affected where I am today. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't redo them because what's done is done, and you can't go back and change history. And like you said, that's what made us who we are today. But I think I mistreated women that didn't deserve to be mistreated at times. Maybe at times they did. I don't know. But I think I could have loved better. Had I loved myself more, I would have been able to love them more properly. And that could have led to a more fruitful relationship that maybe, who knows, maybe it never would have ended. You know what I'm saying? And would I spin back on any of them? Nah, I don't think so. I think what's done is done, and you know, you just can't recreate magic, bro. And when you first meet somebody and when you first connect, I think that's magical time.
Yeah.
And then once that bubble is burst, not honeymoon phase. I'm not talking about that because that's what the first 3 months or whatever honeymoon phase. I think that honeymoon phase can last a year or 2 years, and it just be magical. And then once that little bubble is burst, you can't go back and you can't fix it.
So I have a question for you. Maybe it's more like I need a little bit of advice, right? Because I know how
Mama
I
Les
feel.
needs
Yeah,
advice?
I need some,
Oh,
and maybe not advice. Like I just want to hear a different perspective, right? Because sometimes I get in my head and then I'm like, oh. So here's the situation, right? There's somebody that's been reaching out from like 4 years ago, right? I'm done with that situation. I could.
By somebody that you had
Somebody that
prior
I
dealings
dated,
with?
yeah.
Okay.
We dated for like about a year,
Okay.
and he was a liar, right? He wasn't in a good place in his life. Whatever, but I attracted that, right? So that's shame on me. And so we had ended things, right? I ended things. And now he's reaching out, right? And he's like, please just give me an opportunity to explain. Like, I just want to explain to you. But to me, like, I'm always like, I'm all in with someone and I go all in to the point that I have nothing left to give. And when it gets to that point that I no longer care, I don't care to hear what are you going to tell me that is going to make a difference? Like, to me, it's like you need to clear, I guess, your conscience, right? But why should I put myself in reliving the past because you now realize that
Did you care for this
want
person?
I did, but I mean, I don't have any negative feelings towards the person. I'm just very indifferent. Like I would never wish anything bad on him. It wasn't like that. But now I just don't care to sit there and have you tell me why you did what you did. And he's like, I was never good at communication. You taught me that and blah, blah. And okay, yeah, but 4 years later,
But is he asking you to care?
He's asking me to listen. And if I gotta listen, that means that I care.
Not really.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't want to hear what you have to say anymore. I no longer...
Yeah, but you are indifferent. That might make a drastic positive change in his life if he's able to verbally
and I get that,
express
and
his
that's the
previous
battle
errors.
that I go through, right? Like, I'm like, damn, am I being like, not a bad person, but am I being like fucked up for not letting him say his piece? But then I'm like, I don't care.
But you don't have to care. And he's not asking you to care. He's just asking you to listen. Is there anything he could say that's going to change how you feel?
No.
So then why not just listen? Maybe him clearing his conscience right there could save his life. Not
Oh my God.
literally, you know what I mean? But like that might be a breakthrough
I don't know, but like
for him.
inside, like my intuition is just telling me like, nah, man.
I dig it, but sometimes you gotta, I don't want to say go against your intuition, right? But maybe it's not even about you.
No,
you know?
and I'm sure it's
Maybe he just
it's-
needs to clear his conscience.
Yeah, but sometimes, listen, what's that saying that you said? Just that you were like, oh, I heard it the other
You
day.
can pick your sins, but you can't pick your consequences.
Right. So like
So he picked his sins.
you picked your sins, and your
now
consequence
he's
may be that,
dealing with the consequences.
right. And part of that consequence may be that I don't want to hear what you have to say. So you have to figure out another way to forgive yourself for what occurred. Or if you're trying to like clear your name with me, I feel really fucked up saying it. Like, this is the battle in my head, right? Like, I don't care.
That's a tough situation.
Yeah.
For you. Because
Like, I feel bad. Like, I talked to my sister about it, and she was like, well, just listen. Like, everybody's telling me, like, just hear him out. Like, what do you have to lose, you know? But I don't know if I want to waste my energy on that. I don't know. Like, I'm in such a peaceful place. Like,
all right. What if you're looking at it from this perspective of, I don't want to waste my time nor my energy to hear you out because I don't care. Instead, why don't you look at it from a perspective of, I have no hard feelings toward you. And if I can help you reach clarity and peace that I've achieved, maybe listening to you for 5 minutes won't harm me in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I've thought of that as well, right? And then I'm like, Leslie, maybe you're just being selfish, right?
No.
Like, that's me being a little selfish where I'm like, well, I got through it on my own, right? I didn't sit there and talk. That's like the pettiness, right? So I'm like,
Yes.
why should I have to be like your freaking therapist now? Like, I figured it out on my own. I figured how to move past it on my own. But I get
everybody
it.
doesn't have that internal strength.
I know. And I probably will.
Hold on. To give you another side of things. And you'll know if and when you listen to him, you'll know, because you said he's a liar, right? So
He is.
there's potential that he's still a fucking liar.
Like,
and he's just trying to get you to listen, and he's going to try to smooth talk his way
Right.
in and whatever.
right, yeah, no.
So it all depends on what happens after,
Right.
Because if you listen to him and he says, thank you, I appreciate it, you have helped me, and just moves on, then cool, you helped somebody.
And then if he doesn't, then I'm going to be like, you see, Leslie, you should have listened to your intuition.
And you can tell him that. Because now he's manipulating,
Yeah.
So you can be like, yo, homeboy,
Yeah.
I
and
listened to you to try to help you so you could reach some level of peace, and you trying to flip the script, fuck out of here, and then you can be petty. So I feel like it's a
And
win-win for you. You can be a friend to someone who needs,
Or a petty bitch.
or you get to be a petty bitch at the end because you was right all along. You missing out on some fun right now.
No, I'm just kidding. I know. I got to think about it. I don't
Think
know.
about it, though. Yeah, think about it and follow your heart. Whatever we think doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Because if listening to him is going to affect you negatively, it's going to cost you your peace, then don't do it.
I don't think it would. I mean, you never know, right? Because you never know what a conversation can trigger.
Right.
I also don't want to be fucked up, though. Because I feel like I've been so like...
Well, set some boundaries.
Yeah.
Yo, homie, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, bro. Just fucking clear your chest. And then
Yeah.
after that, we cool, but I don't fuck with you.
Fair enough.
Although that's not easy to tell somebody.
Nah, it is.
Scorpion shit. Us Libras are more caring. Until we don't fucking care no more.
That's the
Then we
same
just
thing
don't
with
care.
Scorpios, though. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
give, and then one day you just don't care anymore.
Maybe that's just humans.
I think so, too. Yeah.
All right. Who goes? I go or you go?
I'll ask you a question. Let's
Hit me.
see.
I don't want to look at you.
Let's see. Oh, well, I'll ask this one. So how would you handle, so let's say you heard your spouse, the person that you're dating, whatever, you overheard a conversation that you weren't supposed to hear, right? And she's telling a friend that your sex life is boring. How do you handle that?
How do you handle that? As a mature, emotionally in control,
Yes,
stable,
emotionally intelligent man. How do you handle that?
Well, you approach your wife and you let her know that you heard some things that made you feel very negative and uncomfortable, and that you probably believe that home business should stay home. And if she felt that way about your sex life, she should have told you, so you could have spiced it up together and, found what she liked and, fucked with it, did it, whatever, spice it up, whatever maybe she's into. Maybe she's got some kinks you don't know about. Maybe you have some kinks she don't know about. Through proper communication, y'all two, if you're married, you would figure you have a good communication and a good bond. Y'all two together would have been able to fix that problem without her taking that information to the outside world.
Okay, so let's say you find out, but you're not supposed to know. Like,
well, you're not supposed to know, but you overheard it.
All right, let's say you didn't overhear. Let's say her mom told you or somebody told you, right? And was like, you can't, like, you can't say, hey, listen, I know this is how you feel.
Well, then you got to spice it up on your own. Try new shit, get some toys, get some oils, fucking play some porno in the back. I don't know, whatever your dirty little mind comes up with to spice it up, or whatever
now, as a man,
or think she might like.
Do you think that's going to affect your relationship moving forward?
It depends on the man.
All right, well, we're talking about you.
What, how did I wake up that day? Am I Uncle Joe or Theo Joe?
Or Theo Joe, which one?
I'm going to give you the emotionally mature answer. You hear it, you're not supposed to hear it, you can't let her know that you know. So you got to spice it up. Like I said, you have to take it upon yourself to fix the situation without letting her know that you're aware of the situation.
Correct, but does that affect your relationship with her moving forward? Forget you fixing that part, right? Just knowing in your head that that's how she feels, like that could fuck with somebody's head, right? Like your ego,
of course.
right? You're gonna be like, damn.
That's a hard question to answer.
I know me.
Will it affect you negatively? Most likely, yeah.
Like as a woman, then I'm gonna be like, oh my God, right? I might just start thinking like, oh, I'm not as good as his ex, or like, is he comparing me? Is he,
Yeah. Information like that can make you very self-conscious, doubtful of yourself.
Yeah, I think that would have to be talked about.
Fuck with your self-esteem.
If somebody told me, I would be like, I'm sorry, but I have to talk to my partner about this.
Yeah.
Because leaving it unsaid is gonna brush it. Yeah. Is gonna build up the rug.
That could fester the whole relationship. Yeah. That could ruin the whole relationship if you don't talk about it and you think about it. And for men, psychologically, it could affect his sexual performance, and it could make it worse and make it more boring. And now he'll doubt and he'll start to think she's cheating, or she might think he's cheating.
Yeah, I personally think it would affect a man more. I could be totally wrong. But I think it would affect a man more than a woman, just because of an ego thing.
I don't know. Right? It depends on the individual, right? Because if a man says a woman is sexually boring, which is rare because dudes are so easy to satisfy, that would be shocking to the woman. That would be hurtful to her. Yeah. No woman wants to think she's boring unless she doesn't care. Nobody wants to think they're boring, whether sexually or in life. But
true. It
depends on the individual, man. But I'm a firm believer of in-house stuff stays in-house. Yes. I think that I don't know if I would be more upset about the sex is boring or the fact that you're talking to someone instead of talking to me.
Right.
Both. It's a double negative.
I agree.
So don't talk to your partners, guys. Let that shit out, man. So y'all can fix it. So y'all can work on it. Y'all might end up being two fucking freaks, and y'all don't even know it because y'all never talked about it, and y'all holding shit in and these inhibitions, and y'all could be having a fucking blast if y'all just let it out and talk about it. Y'all could be on y'all could get paid. Fucking get your Pornhub popping, get your OnlyFans popping. Shit, y'all playing around.
Communication is key.
For real. Let me see what question. Oh, I have a good question for you, and it's
I'm scared.
It's rather current, actually. How do you feel about that Drea thing? You heard about Drea?
No.
You know who Drea is?
No.
Drea Michelle. She's like influencer. I think she's been on
with
like
the really nice body,
yeah.
the
She
little
bad.
tiny
Yeah.
waist. Yo, yeah.
I love me some Drea. Well, I
Her
used
body
to.
is like goals.
She's 39 years old.
Okay.
She has a 22-year-old son.
Okay.
She just announced she's pregnant
Shit.
by a 22-year-old
Oh.
that she used to babysit when he was 12.
Mm.
Who's now in the NBA.
Well,
He's not like whatever.
I did just read something that it said when you're dating younger, it should be somebody half your age plus, I don't know if it was plus 5 or something like that.
I don't
Or
know
plus
this
7.
mathematical equation.
So she's 40, that's 20. I mean,
She's a little
so
low
20, she's a
on
little
the
low.
equation.
A
Yeah.
little low. That's a little weird only because she babysat him. That's what you said, right?
According to what I read, I wasn't there.
So
but-
the babysitting part, that makes it a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks to have to start all over. I mean, my son, I'm going to be 40 and my son's going to be 20. And I mean, my little one is going to be 12, but for me to think to have a newborn now,
with a 20-year-old, nonetheless.
that's another baby. That's like me having a kid with somebody my son's age.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell no.
Do
She's going to be
you,
raising 2 children. Well, 3 children because she has a 22-year-old.
Yes.
A 22-year-old,
Yes.
right? She has
The
a
baby she's
22-year-old.
pregnant with, yeah.
The baby she's pregnant with, and the
And
22-year-old
the dude.
that they're gonna be like brothers instead of stepdad.
Yeah. And that's if they haven't discussed marriage or they haven't announced marriage. They just announced having a baby.
Wow. I mean, listen, if she's happy, then, you know, motherhood is a beautiful thing. And I'm sure whether it works out or not, she's gonna be a great mother.
So, follow-up question, is that grooming?
Yeah.
Would there be more backlash if the roles were reversed?
No.
If it was a dude and the young girl that he used to babysit?
I mean, that would be a little
In
weird, too.
2024?
Yeah.
In America?
Yeah, you know what? That would just be a little more creepy, I guess, it would seem, right?
So why is it not creepy for Drea? And mind you, until this news came along, I fucking loved me some Drea. So now I'm like,
it is.
I'm a little heartbroken on Drea.
Yeah, I guess it is a little,
A little groomish.
yeah.
So
Oh,
negative
Drea.
thumbs down to Drea on motherhood with the youngin'?
Not on the motherhood part.
Thumbs up to motherhood.
Yeah,
But with
come on, Drea, and like you're a
in that
grown ass
situation,
woman. You're gorgeous, like.
But
why?
he just signed a $200 million check, NBA.
I mean, so you know, she's making financial moves. She's making it more transactional than maybe, right? So it
that
might be a
cool?
smart decision for her. I don't think it's cool, but
Is the child an asset?
I don't know.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
no.
Next question.
Oh man, damn, that was a good question. Totally caught me off guard.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
Shout out to Drea though, and shout out to homeboy. I don't know his name, but he's gonna have a baby.
So this is not relationship related. This is just general life.
Shout out to life, y'all. Appreciate being alive and waking up every day.
It's funny you say that
getting
because
home
my
every
question is, if you died tomorrow, what would be your biggest regret?
Not appreciating life. Oftentimes life feels repetitive and cyclical, and you don't often appreciate that you even woke up. You should appreciate every day you wake up, because everybody doesn't wake up every day. So you should, and this is speaking theoretically, wake up, thank God that you even woke up, you know, say some prayers in the morning.
First thing I
Thank you
do.
for breath, you know, thank you for another opportunity to just fucking live. Often we don't do that, and often time will fly by and it'll just feel like the same shit every day, and you don't appreciate it, you know. And sometimes it takes tragic events to make you appreciate it, right? You don't appreciate your mom, so she's not here no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your parents, your friends, whoever. You don't appreciate a relationship or boyfriend,
Until it's
girlfriend
gone.
until it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest regret would be just not appreciating life and the blessings that I have. I to not get too deep into Uncle Joe, I often take all this shit for granted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking Jay-Z, you know, but I have a home, I have a vehicle, I have a job, I have friends, I have family, I have people that love me, I have a beautiful daughter, I have beautiful friends, you know, I've accomplished things that I've wanted to accomplish. I still have things that I want to accomplish. And sometimes when the mood is not sky high, you know, when the mood is a little dampered, you just don't appreciate stuff, and you just kind of go through life without a purpose and without enjoying it, and without, again, just appreciating that you're fucking alive, bro. So that would be my biggest regret. Number one. Biggest regret number two is not raising my daughter. My daughter was raised by her mother and her mother's mother, her grandmother, out in Seattle. Well, my daughter was born in Oklahoma. Don't let her fool you, because if you ask her, she'll tell you she was born in Hawaii. She was not. She was born in Oklahoma. Shout out to Oklahoma. She moved to Hawaii at a very early age, maybe like 2 or 3. She spent the next 10 years there until high school age. Then in high school, she moved to like Seattle, so she's been there since. And she had a beautiful life and a beautiful childhood, and she was raised to be a beautiful young lady, and she got her master's degree, and she's living a dope life. She travels, and I love her, and God bless her. Maybe she ended up better off because I didn't raise her, but I'll always regret not having, you know, just had her every day and fucking teaching her about Wu-Tang Clan and how to be a ninja and Bruce Lee and The Last Dragon and the Bible and, you know, our family history in Puerto Rico, and, you know, just not getting to, although, because I guess my fucking DNA is so powerful, she's very much me, but I just missed raising her, you know, waking up and fucking seeing her and fucking around with her, whatever the case may be.
At least you're,
those
you know,
would be my
making up
regrets.
for, I don't want to say lost time.
Yeah,
right? But
you know, trying and you know, I should even try harder. I should, you know, I love when she's here. I hate when she leaves, and I love being around her. And I believe I've said this on the podcast. It's the craziest thing. Although she resembles me, that is my sister through and through. Like, her and my sister are fucking twins, and it's crazy how she's so me and then so her. Because me and my sister are not. We're very different. You know what I'm saying?
Are you very different, or you just don't see how similar you guys might be? And that's why you guys bump heads sometimes.
That would take an outsider perspective.
Yeah.
But I think we're different. You know, I'm quiet. I'm laid back. My sister is a little more hyper, a little more outgoing. And neither is right or wrong, and neither is better than the other. You know, I love my sister for who she is, and I'm coming to grips with that, even just loving her for who she is. And, you know, she's not me, and she's not supposed to be me. But it's hilarious when I see her with my daughter, and they're so fucking akin to each other. And then I see me with my niece Ash, my sister's daughter, and we're the fucking 2 peas in a pod and shit. If you left us with a couple CDs and, you know, some medicinals, we'd be straight for the day, and they'd be bored out of their mind. But if we reverse it and we end up in a club popping bottles, they'd have a blast, and we'd be there like, what is happening? Right?
That's so funny, right?
Yeah, so it's bugged out how it worked out like that, but it's also
that's life.
Genetics and life and hereditariness, I guess. So, but shout out to all of them, man. It's bugged out. That there's so many of them, so many like women in my family. There's women outnumber the men in my family. So
I think in my family too. I think now this generation that's coming is more boys.
Yeah. Even now, I think a lot of the girls are having girls. I'd have to more look, but it's always funny for me to see my mother, my sister, and my daughter, because they're peas in a pod. And then my daughter just has my little dope shit sprinkled in her. You know what I mean? I'm sure. I hope she doesn't have any other negativeness, man. But she's dope, man. She's fucking. She's me, but doper, and I'm pretty dope.
I'm sure she's dope. I'm just kidding, Joe.
Nah, I miss her, man. That's my little butterfly, man. Butterflies represent rebirth, so she should be doper than me.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? All right. Speaking of children, if you could give either of your children anything in this world, what would it be?
As like a physical thing or just like anything?
Anything in the world.
I would give them, and I do try to instill this in them, is 100% self-confidence within themselves. Always believe in yourself. Even when that imposter syndrome kicks in, right? Because sometimes we go through that. Like we're trying something new and we're like, damn, should I even really be doing this? Can I do this? Believe in yourself. I see that my little one has more of that than my older one.
Second children normally do.
Yeah, my little one is like, that kid is fearless. I'm so proud of him. Like, he just puts himself in the most uncomfortable situations, like, to improve himself. Like, he tried out for a football travel team. He's never played football. I was totally against it. The kid one day tells me and his dad, he's like, I need you guys to take me to this place. I'm trying out for football. He's never played football, never practiced it, just, catch with his friends, right? Like football, whatever, with his friends. The kid goes for a travel team, not even like a rec team, nothing, a travel team. Makes a team. The kid is kicking butt.
Yeah, shout out to that.
And I'm so proud of him for him not fearing, right? Like, he used to watch YouTube videos and be like, Mom, that could be me. Mom, that could be me. And I'm like,
with
you're
the
going to
football?
get hurt. Yeah, with the football.
Yeah.
I'm like, you could get hurt, Like, no, because he's little. He's petite,
And football's a dangerous sport.
Yeah.
Right?
And so the kid was like, I don't care what you say, right? Like, you're not going to speak fear into me. You're not going to. And I was like, I'm so freaking proud of you.
Good for him.
Yeah. So I think that's what I would give him. Just the self-confidence of no matter what anybody tells you, you could fucking do it.
True that. And spread that message to the world.
Yeah.
You are able to do whatever you put your mind to, right? My goal is to learn to play the piano.
Okay.
So up the block from where I live, like 2 blocks up, they recently opened like a piano school, I would say. Now it says on the sign, piano school for kids.
So what?
But I'm trying to go up in there. So I'm going to see what's up, and I'm going to try to learn to play the piano.
You should.
Yeah. I've always admired the piano, so I want to fuck with it. So
I think my fingers are too short for that. Because you have to have,
you have small hands.
I have like midget hands.
No, I have.
But
I have my dad's sausage fingers, so I'm gonna put them to good use. And I've always liked the piano.
Okay, I like the violin.
One of my favorites. I also love the violin.
Like I see those like
Do
those
you have
TikTok,
a favorite violin piece?
No, I don't like it that much. But I just like when they play like especially like modern music, right? And I'm like, wow, it's amazing.
RZA produced a violin piece on the end of I want to say the song was called Reunited, and it's my favorite violin piece as of yet. You know what I wanted to go to last weekend and I missed it because I'm a fucking loser and I should have just went by myself. Word of advice: if you like something and no one is willing to join you,
Let's go.
Go do it because the people that are there like the shit too. So you're gonna meet like-minded people with similar likes, and you might make some new friends because maybe the friends you got now
you outgrew them.
Whatever. So they were playing the movie Batman, and it is scored by Danny Elfman, famed scorer of movies, particularly in the 80s and 90s. And they were playing the score with a live symphony while the movie was playing. So I really wanted to watch
Where was that?
It was in NJ Peck.
Okay.
NJ Peck, shout out to y'all. And show me some love and send me some tickets. Because y'all be having a lot of dope shit lately. And mind you, I've never been there. But they have a lot of dope shit lately. And I think I want to, if y'all got like a club membership or something, let me know so I could join and go to frequent shit. Because I know the good weather's coming and y'all going to have a lot of dope indoor and outdoor events. And I want to be down with y'all. But shout out to them. They had it.
I went to one of those candlelight
I haven't,
concerts.
but I'd like to.
Oh my God, so nice. And it's all like violinists. I forgot what it was. Because they do like themes. I don't remember which one it was, but so nice.
Anytime there's like live music, I fuck with it. Orchestra, symphony shit, I really love. Broadway shit, I really love. So, my daughter played the violin. Matter of fact, shout out to her.
Nice.
She used to play the violin. I thought that was super dope.
So let me throw the question back at you about the children. What would you If you could give your daughter anything, what
Peace.
would it be?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
That is something I constantly search and pray for. So I would just like to give her eternal peace. And with peace, you can do anything because your mind is not obstructed by these hardships and shit. So, is it my turn?
No, it's my turn.
Oh,
Do you want a relationship one or do you want a general question one? Not a relationship, but like.
Whatever, man.
All right. So, if you could go back in time to any age and fall in love again for the first time, what age would it be?
A very young age. I'm talking about like as a child. I would go back and fall in love with music again and re-experience music and actually like broaden my horizons at an earlier age. When we were young, we were more constricted to what we had exposure to. As an adult, you get to really delve in and study more. But as a child, I would have looked for more ways to learn about different genres of music and different artists, and just enjoyed hearing things for the first time again and seeing how music affects people and just the joy of music, bro. Music is like probably one of my greatest loves. There's music that could fucking make me cry. There's music that like gives me life and shit. For some reason right now, I'm really thinking about La India in answering this question. Shout out to La India and that fucking one album she had, Dicen que Soy. I believe that was the name of the album that my mom had the tape and had it on repeat for like 5 years. That I know every word to every song of.
We need to do a karaoke night.
Yeah, so, and I love it. You know, when I was in Oklahoma, when I was in the military, I only had one Spanish tape, and it was La India. So it's just that connection of music. I would go back and fall in love with music again, and just not wait to discover different forms of music and different genres.
That's a good one, because I mean, I think music, right? I'm not as into music as you are, like in depth, but I feel like music is like a healing, like it's like touches your soul, like.
Yeah.
So that's a good answer.
The human heart is music. The human heart is. Do you know what what's it called? Damn, brother F would know. There's a machine that when you make music, it goes tick, tick, tick. That's your heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So your heartbeat is music. Music is within you. So that's what I love. And if I had to give a second answer, I would go back and just the same thing, but with wrestling and my dad, and just be more aware of how much time we got to spend together watching wrestling, and just enjoy that bond that we had over that. And I would have liked to have like attempted to see it live earlier and more often, especially with him. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Shout out to my dad. I always talk about my dad like if he's not here, he's mad alive. And fucking, I talk to him all the time, and I fuck with him, and that's my guy and shit. I don't know why I always seem to speak of him as if in the past tense, but no, he's alive and well and beautiful and healthy and a little less hair, but still dope and still my guy.
Do you look like him?
I fuck with him. People say I do. Last week I went to my sister's house, right? And I hadn't combed my hair, or I did comb it, but I brushed it back because I fuck with my niece for some reason. Like my hair froze out, and I always send her a picture. She'd be like, "Get a haircut." So I went to my sister's house because I like to go on long walks on Sundays when the weather permits, right? Because fucking weather's been terrible. So last Sunday I was gonna go. I usually walk to my bank and back, which is a 5-mile walk. whether I need to go to the bank or not. I just know it's 5 miles, so you know it's a good goal. But instead of going to the bank, I decided to walk. The bank is that way. My sister's house is this way. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna walk to my sister's house." I had told her I was gonna stop by anyway, and my niece had sold some shirts for her softball team, so I went to pick up my shirt. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see my niece. Let me fuck with her." So I throwed my hair out, and I went and I saw them and shit. And when I got there, they was doing backyard work, right? They were building the pool and cleaning out the backyard. So I get there and I'm like, yeah, I'm not here to help. Immediately, I am not here to fucking help. I didn't know y'all was doing this. My bad. I just came to visit and show y'all love. And they're like, nah. They know me, so they're like, nah, we don't expect you to help. Like, nigga, you mad lazy. Fuck out of here. So I was just there chilling. And at some point, I don't know, I made a movement, and my young niece, Envy, shout out to Envy, she was like, oh my God, you look like Grandpa David right now.
Aww.
And I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah, with the hair and the belly. I'm like, oh. So people say I do.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see it, personally. I never thought I looked like either parent. But my sister, to me, looks like my mom. And then my daughter looks like my sister. And they all fucking look alike, bro. All 5 of them. My mother, my sister, my daughter, and my 2 nieces. To me, they all look alike. And if you see them, they're all similar in height and hair and skin tone and shit. So it's dope, man. I wish there was like a little mini Joe in that mix. Like a boy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all girls. Like a little one boy and
I think the world can't handle another Joe. I think we're good with just one.
No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid as well. I think
we're good with just one.
One is more than enough.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe a better version of Mini Joe, you know? But my daughter's that. My daughter is Mini Joe, the better version.
There you go.
Yeah. So shout out to that. All right. If you won the lotto right now, what's the first thing you're going to buy?
The first thing I'm going to buy?
Yeah. Or do. Maybe you're not going to buy something first. Maybe you're going to
so the first
make a donation
thing,
or something.
I will be mailing my keys to work, right?
Word.
I will be hiring an attorney, a financial advisor, and an accountant.
Okay. Add a driver for me.
Okay.
Yeah. on your dime.
On my dime. And then I will also be hiring a teacher. And I will be taking my kids to travel the world, right, for the next 6 months. And we will just be going to visit, you know, and I think we've talked about this a little bit, where they're going to visit, you know, like, we're going to visit different countries and see how people actually live, right? Because their lives are about to change drastically. And I need them to remember, right?
To be grounded.
To be grounded. And then I will come back and start figuring out what I'm investing in, what I'm buying, but those are the first 3 people I'm hiring are my lawyer, my accountant, and my financial advisor.
Would you stay in New Jersey?
No, I would keep a property in New Jersey. Maybe a few property, maybe investment properties, I don't know. No, I wouldn't. Where would I move to? Nebraska or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
To build?
Would you be a farmer? I can't even like have a plant. I don't know how. I can't. I don't have, what do they call, like a green thumb or something? I can't. They die on me.
Do you talk to them? You're supposed to talk to your plants and love them. I don't even remember to
water them. I wish I was better at that.
You definitely got to water them.
I know.
But you also have to speak to them and sing to them and love them as if they are a person.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that.
I
know. Maybe I should.
Does that reflect on your relationship status?
Maybe.
Maybe you can't love a man because you can't love a plant.
But I do love. I do fall in love.
Learn to love your plant.
I should try. I should get one that's like a little low maintenance. Right?
Bamboos. You don't have to water them often.
But I think those are supposed to be like a gift, right? So that way it's like, yeah. See, Dolly has one.
Gift it to yourself.
No. I think it's supposed to be a gift to bring like abundance and stuff like that.
What's coming up?
Mother's Day in May.
Mother's Day? Okay, I'll get you a bamboo.
Why do you think about it like that? You're like,
that's far away.
Oh, how about it just because?
All right, bet.
Okay.
I gotta remember. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah,
It's
what
your
would
turn,
you
right?
do if you won the lotto? Aside from what we've talked about, right, where you're gonna go plant your seeds all over the world.
Oh shit! No, yeah. That's the take over the world plan. No, I would make it so that my dad don't have to work no more.
Right.
I would make it so that my mom don't have to work no more. I would give my sister the option to work or not work. You know, no, actually, my sister and her brother Chi, my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, brother Chi, I would help them open a restaurant because that's something they want to do. I would help them do that. I would pay for Ashley's college and I would pay for Envy's college, and my daughter could do whatever the fuck she wanted to do.
Right.
So my first duties would be to give a lot of it away to my family, set them all up, be straight, and then I'd travel. I wouldn't stay in one location. I'd go.
So you wouldn't have like a home base?
I would, but I
Where?
just wouldn't stay there.
Where would it be?
Probably here.
Yeah.
I'm Jersey, bro. No. Well,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah.
lived anywhere else. Like,
But I
would
want to do a penthouse.
live.
I've always
Okay.
wanted to live in a penthouse, so I'd get a penthouse probably in Edgewater, where I can come home to. But I do a lot of traveling. I want to go
Yeah.
see Japan, and I want to drive the streets in the Mario Karts, and I want to go see fucking all of Puerto Rico. Like I'm fucking type hooked on Puerto Rico, so I
Yeah,
want to
but
go
you
back
could
and
do
see
that
all of it.
now. Like, listen.
No, but I'm talking about like 6 months or a year of just
We
being
don't
in
need
Puerto
6
Rico.
months to see Puerto Rico. The island's pretty small. There's a lot of hidden treasures.
Maybe
Listen,
I want to
next
walk
time-
the whole island.
Next time you go, my sister lives over there. Let me know. I will tell her to give you a list.
Yeah.
Right? She could give it to me and I give it to you.
Why, you don't trust me with your sister?
She's married. Stop it. No, I'm saying a list of places, right? Like that locals know, right? Like those hidden gems.
Yeah, I like that.
You put in your GPS and you go.
I mean, maybe I want to go out there and farm or something.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
You
I
never
get it.
know.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, I'd go see the world, and then I'd start the
Take over the world.
takeover
Lord,
plan.
we're in trouble. We're
Then
in
it's gonna be an army of little
trouble. Oh shit.
Y'all think Nick Cannon is bad? I'll be worse. But shout out to that, man. You got to play to win, right? So if y'all have
Yes.
any lotto aspirations, go out there and play them shits, man. And good luck to y'all. And if y'all win, because I just told y'all to do it, y'all owe me 10%. So shout out to that. Other than that, we'll be back
Yes.
more frequently and more consistently, because consistency is the most important thing to any relationship.
Yo.
A wise woman taught me that. And on that note, we out. Episode 20 of the Men Lie, Women Lie, and All Flowers Die podcast.